5, 16, 19, 21, 30, 3 and 10. Check results. You remember?
116. I want to say 116. No significance to that number. Got to be quiet today. It's actually, I should have started in this sort of tone. It's late, and but seriously, that was really late, and the world sleeps, not me. I speak. When the world speaks, I sleep. I'm a sleeper by day, speaker by night. Well, speaker for 20 minutes by night. 116, PODAY, Kids Doctor Away. It's a late one. The dog chewing that in the background's really pissing me off, actually. I don't like that I'm going to be listening to that back in about 45 minutes time, but we move. The dog's got her own progress. Guys, I've been struggling with the driest scalp for a lifetime, and I don't know, I need to probably drink more water, probably condition it more often, probably use some kind of forbidden fruit oil from the sacred sycamore tree. I don't know, everyone's got a different suggestion, but my gosh, so dry. Arsenal players hate their fans, apparently. No, look, this isn't news, we knew this already. They don't hate their fans, obviously. What I'm saying is, there's that new video of Arsenal who self-posted this video, like, we're making dreams come true, like, we're giving the experience of a lifetime to a little kid. And this kid was getting a shirt signed, and all the players come through with like earphones in, and they just like, they sign the shirt and walk past, all look miserable as fuck. I think this, to be fair, was like straight, don't know if it was before or after the game. If it was after, you'd be like, I understand they just lost, but I feel like it was before the game. You could also be like, I understand they're in the zone or whatever, because they got earphones in the zone. It's like when you're walking in, it's like an hour before kickoff and stuff, and they're about to go into the change room and probably just take those earphones out, talk to each other, put music on and stuff. Like, I don't think there's that many excuses for it, but it's not like an Arsenal thing. You kind of see it in sport all the time, and I've always thought it to myself, it's like, it gets to a point where it's so normal for you and you meet people who are excited to see you all the time, but like, no one's saying they got to break out into a fucking musical and start doing like jazz hands, right? Just the simplicity, just, eye contact, just, they all through sign a shirt, not one person looks in the eye. It's just like, just look them in the eye, smile, hey, like, hope you enjoy the game, and then walk away. No one's saying you got to be like, you right there? Hello, I'm a football player, you know that. What's your name? They're just saying, as you're signing it, a little glance up, enjoy the match, walk past. Like, where's this? What? It's so weird, man. You see it all the time. Like, I see it a lot in basketball. Like, there'll be a little kid who like, is like so gassed to see like Kevin Durant or someone, and they just want like them to like spot him or something, and like they'll just kind of walk past. Like, I always think it, like, when you see all the little, like, the young fans who like wait for the players to come out of the bus before the game, for the split second they walk past, and they'll be up by the gate with their hand out, just wanting a high five, and the players will just walk by with their earphones and just like with their hand out to slap all the high five, and then they'll walk into the room. It's like, why do you have to I get it, you're in the zone, but like, just, look over, a little smile, go and miss. It's just the whole like as they walk past. I think that every time finally someone said something about it, I just think it's like, it's just weird, because it's just like a thing all players do, and it's not like only old players do, because they've been doing it for years. Like, Alex Ferguson used to actually be good about that kind of thing, like clapping fans and not giving them that appreciation and stuff. And it's like, it's not even like a fan thing. I feel like the clapping the fans thing is something older fans appreciate because they're the ones paying the money, and it's like, thanking them for their support and stuff, and making actually like you care for the people who like give a large chunk of their monthly wage to like support the team and that. But like, for the younger fans, the moments like that when it's like they're waiting outside their game for like 2 hours beforehand, and they're like looking up at you like you're like better than everyone else, when realistically you just play football better than everyone else. And it's like, those moments, I don't know. Look, that moment when she gets the shirt signed, she's got like a fucking crazy expensive shirt now, and like I'm still be a great moment. But it's like you got all these players who are just like, they might as well be robots walking past. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Football's always been like that, and I feel like because of media trainers, that gets coached out of you from young. You just lack personality, like any kind of just sort of connection or whatever. It's just like so lifeless and cold, and it's like you're top of the league, lads. You've got all the reason to be smiling. You know what I mean? And I think that probably was before the game. So yeah, it's a weird one. I guarantee you now, next time there's ever a chance where they have to sign a shirt, every single one of them is gonna be like, "Hello," like really doing the most because they just don't want to get caught doing it in the same act, because they've definitely seen it. Like I've seen it all over the timeline, just multiple people basically quote tweeting it the exact same thing. But yeah, well, another thing I saw, another good talking about. I didn't think the dog would still be doing this at this point, but you know, we move. Large woman says that, you know, planes, if you're a larger person, if you're rotund, you should be given a seat or even 2 seats. Or even 3 extra seats, she said. If you need 4 seats, I would be surprised you're still alive, let alone worried about, you know, legroom on a plane or whatever. But you should have 3 extra seats if you need that many, but ideally 1 or 2, at least 3 if you're a bigger person, to be comfortable on a plane. And look, let me get their argument out of the way already. You know, fatness is a disease, mental and physical, or a disability. I can't remember which one the main argument is, but in the sense that you can't help it. You are kind of born with maybe poor genetics or metabolism or whatever, right? And therefore, you know, you wouldn't burden a disabled person for something they can't help and not be accommodating to them. So why not be accommodating to a fatty, right? And it's just like, first of all, you being large, right, and being on a plane and not being comfortable because you're large, and then wanting to get free seat to the side of you, because you're large, because you're not comfortable on a plane ride. Sorry, but do you think the person, you know, burdened with sitting next to you is? Like, I'm sure they're just as uncomfortable as you are, and they're not the fat one. Secondly, it's kind of an incentive, you know. If I hate the idea of being on like a 10-hour flight. I've not been on one yet, and I hate the idea of being on a 10-hour flight even more, sitting next to anybody that I don't know. I just don't. Just the idea that they're going to be coughing up a lung or something, or just like the small chance they try to strike up conversation, or anything, you know. If I could get a free seat out of just putting on a few pounds, best believe I'm gonna be at McDonald's every single day from now until my next holiday, because I want that extra seat. And if that's all it takes, a double chin to get it, you know what I'm doing. But no, I just find it like, well, it's never gonna happen, is it? Like, if you're not buy the extra seat ultimately, I get it. It's a shame you're big, but look, man, it's life. Like, getting on a plane isn't an essential thing for most people. Like, I get some people have to do it for work, but majority of the time, if you're getting on a plane, it's a privilege thing. It's like, you've got enough money to go on holiday. It's not a necessity. It's a little cherry on top thing in life. Oh, I get to go on holiday. So it's not a necessity for you to be on a plane anyway. So, like, if it means that much to you, just try your best to shed some weight. I don't know why that is, like, even a controversial thing to say, man. Like, life's going to be harder for you if you're bigger, because, you know, life is built to the average height and weight of the average people. If you're slightly taller or slightly shorter than that, we're not going to be able to make accommodations for everyone. If you're slightly shorter, it's a shame, but you're shorter. You can't go on the ride, man. I'm sorry, it's dangerous. We can't make extra rides. just to fit you, it's an insane logistical ask. And same, if you're too tall and your limbs are going to get whacked off by the thing, we're sorry, man. And if you're too fat, we're sorry, man. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's humorous. It's funny. I laughed when I read it. But yeah, man. What was it? There was one more thing. I need to stop doing that. Fuck, what was it? Oh, it was that BMX thing. Wait, but when I got onto that fat thing, it made me think of something else. Oh, right. A lot of people say like, like if you're big, they say like, I'm big because I got I got poor metabolism, man. I could eat so little and I just put on so much weight. And equally, like me, if you're a string bean, you people are always like, I just don't get how I am as well because I eat so much food. I eat so much. I just never put on a spittle of weight. And it's like, you probably don't. Like, you probably don't eat that much food. Like, you probably don't eat that much more than you think. Like, when you probably eat a lot of food you like, realistically. But on average, you don't eat that much. So, like, you like Chinese food. So when you get Chinese food, you have a huge portion. But for the most part, you're pretty picky. On average day to day, you don't eat much. You don't eat a good variety. And likewise, if you're big, you're probably eating a lot. You're snacking a lot and not even realising. And there's like this TV show that used to be on in the UK, British, reality TV. And we all know how ruthless that used to be back in there before, things calmed down a bit, got a little bit more tame. But there was this show and I was on the other day and I was like watching it. And just, when you watch old TV that used to be on, you're just like, God, this is wild. Like, just looking back in time, like, this would not be on now. And it was, ironically, actually, presented by the same woman who I was talking about the other day, that whole get naked show in front of the children. I'm not going in to explain it again, but it's as dodgy as it sounds. She hosts this show where, like, they meet fat people and the fat people tell them, I don't know why I'm fat, I barely eat anything. And then they like spy on them and then add up how much they've actually eaten. And then she like gets joy out of basically calling them fat for the whole show and basically making fun of them and then calling them greedy pigs as they get to the end and show the CCTV footage of where they've actually been gorging on multiple foods, eating way more than they claim to have eaten. So like, I get the whole argument, like genetics, metabolism thing, but also you might just be using it as an excuse and secretly eating a lot. But hey, I'm not calling you out. I'm just doing the plane company's job of telling you why you're not going to get extra free seats, man. Because don't get me wrong, I would love to not be sandwiched in between two, really big. Why is that that's not a controversial thing to say. No one wants to be sandwiched next to the huge people. It's not comfortable for me either, but I'm stuck here too, man. We're in this together. I didn't do anything, and I'm wedged into the wall. Man. It's life. I'm gonna be stuck here for 10 hours too. And then guess what? And then we get off the plane and we don't think about it again. It's just a distant memory. It feels so small. Not a big deal, It's like if I was like, oh, I deserve extra leg room because I've got legs like a amphibian. No, man. Just have sore legs for a while, or get richer and be able to afford extra leg room. It's what it is. It is what it is. That's all. That's all I got. Shorter one, but it's late. I'm tired. It's late. Yeah, that's right. And I'm quiet because everybody's sleeping. How's it go? Oh no, sorry. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, hoping that Santa soon would be there. Imagine if Santa was real. Like, all the laws of physics, all like everything else, like there was no other mystical shit in the world. There was no there was no the world as we know it is the exact same as it is now. All rules, all like evolution and religion and everything, people, it's all the exact same, but Santa was real. So like, presents were actually just mystically delivered to everyone's house on that day, and like theoretically a man would be coming down the chimney and stuff, but you'd never see him. And like that breaks lots of physics, I know, but that's the only thing that does, and everything else was just normal. Well, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Am I right? Anyway, that's all. 116. What's that email? See you in 117.
With the kids, and they had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like,